Hi, everybody. For those of you that follow me here on LinkedIn, you'll know that sometimes on my videos, hats factor into my posts. And you're probably thinking, oh my goodness, she's lost it completely right now because I'm sat in my office wearing a hard hat. And more importantly, I'm wearing a hard hat that is pink. Well, from my outfit, you probably realize that pink is my favorite color. And when we moved to Canada 15 years ago, we actually built our own house and we contract managed most of it and actually rolled up our sleeves and we actually built most of the house that we're actually living in. So I knew that I would need on the obviously construction site of my house build to have a hard hat available to me, and with pink being my favorite color, I trolled the internet to make sure that if I was going to have a hard hat, it had to be pink, so hence the pink hard hat. But I actually want to talk seriously now, and I want to actually address a particular industry that is at a high risk, and that is that of the construction industry. And would it be a surprise to you to know that the construction industry has the highest rate of suicides than any other industry out there? And the reason being is that a lot of construction workers actually develop depression, and they develop depression as a result of not managing the psychosocial risks and hazards in their industry. And when it comes to psychosocial risks, there are 6 industries that have the highest number of psychosocial risks and hazards. And the construction industry and the healthcare industry actually sit level pegging almost at the top of that 6 at risk. And the other 4 industries in that list of 6 are education, manufacturing, transportation, and agriculture. And so why am I prioritizing the construction industry right now? Not just because of what I've just told you about the high suicide risk and the high level of construction industry workers that develop depression. Well, the reason being is that in Canada alone, since the year 2000, the amount of workers going into the construction industry has actually increased by 51%. So that is a huge amount of new workers in the construction industry that are at risk of suicide and of developing depression. And so it's really important to focus on the construction industry in particular and prioritize the fact that when it comes to looking after the health and safety of the workers in that industry, it's a highly volatile industry because it can be very, very dangerous. But because of those high incidences of depression and the construction industry has the highest number of suicides than any other industry, we do really need to prioritize introducing and implementing psychosocial risk prevention strategies into every construction industry alongside their regular health and safety training initiatives. And when it comes to depression, there's a lot of variables that factor into depression developing. But one of the top reasons that depression develops is because of chronic systemic inflammation in the body. Now, again, chronic systemic inflammation can develop from, and it does, there's many variables that factor into chronic systemic inflammation in the body. But chronic systemic inflammation actually is the primary cause of depression. And just one interesting factor, and one thing that actually does factor into chronic systemic inflammation developing and actually making the situation worse, is actually if you're overweight or not at an unhealthy weight. Because when your weight increases and when your weight goes up, the function and size of your brain actually goes down. Now, that's alarming in itself and helps you to understand even marginally that if the function of your brain is decreasing and the size of your brain is decreasing as your weight actually increases, you can understand how depression develops and how this is correlated, should I say, with chronic systemic inflammation. So next month on April the 11th here in Winnipeg, I'm actually running a 2.5 hour intensive training course. So for any of my local people here in Winnipeg, and especially those in the construction industry, then you really do need to sign up for this course, because I go in depth into how chronic systemic inflammation develops and how it is a contributing factor and the main reason that depression develops. And I really want to focus, because we do have like a high number of like construction workers here in Winnipeg, but I do want to focus primarily on the construction industry. But I do open up this course to any industry, because the information that I'm going to be sharing with you is going to be so valuable regardless of what industry that you actually work in. It's going to be, like I said, 2.5 hours long. It's completely interactive. We have case studies, we have role playing, we have interactive like breakout sessions. So there's a lot of hands-on and practical information that you will actually be learning during that 2.5 hours. So I'm actually going to share below on the comments a link to the course. And also what I'm going to be doing on this video too is asking anybody that follows me and is connected with me to please share my video, regardless of where you are in the world, because all of our connections have connections like in multiple countries. So do share my post, share the link, and also in the comments below, if you're in the construction industry, if you have any questions, or if you're actually involved with psychosocial risk prevention training strategies, and I know some of my connections are, so I'm going to be tagging you in this video as well, and you know who you are. And because I would love for you guys to give me your feedback, to share my post, to really help me get the word out there. And so Amhad, I was actually watching one of your posts the other day, and I'm tagging you in this video, and you said the other day, ask for what you want, ask for help. And so I'm actually reaching out to you guys who follow me. So please share my video and help me to get the word out there. And I hope to see some of my local followers sign up for the course. So if you have any questions, message me, comment below to say that you want to register, and then check out the links. So I hope I've given you a little bit of like food for thought, no pun intended, but seriously, we really do need to address the real reasons of depression. And like I said, the construction industry, it's alarming that they really do have the highest number of suicides out there. So please help me to spread the word, and to help me to get lots of people registered onto my course, because it will be a valuable tool to use in your organization. Thanks for watching me, and I'm going to be sharing a few more posts over the next little while. So I look forward to seeing you again. Bye.